Yo, what's going on? It's Joe, back here again with another vid here on Joe Talks. And yeah, it's that time of year, man. But honestly, before I get into it, man, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I get up early, to film these vids. Again, like yesterday, I filmed a vid. The same day and uploaded it. And if y'all didn't see it, man, my face was swollen. Allergic reaction. But hey, man, getting these videos out, man, you got to. So a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And yeah, as you can tell by the title, Apple reveal, man, 2025. It's here. It is here. For all you Apple diehard fans, yeah, what y'all think? To be honest, man, I'm an Apple fan. I'm stuck in the ecosystem. I got a video filmed. I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, but I got a video filmed talking about the ecosystem, man. Hey, I've been wanting to leave, man. I'm trapped. But anyways, I'm gonna get into the Apple reveal, man. So let's get right into the pricing. And first off, this is gonna be an honest, opinion review of the Apple reveal and all the technologies, all the phones, the Apple Watch, the AirPods, stuff like that. The only thing I'm not going to get into is like the GPUs and stuff like that. All that, the GPUs and the cameras, they're obviously all improved, but I'm not going to get into the exact specs. I'm not all, nerdy like that. But this is just going to be for the generic iPhone user, that is just curious about the new devices, and is it worth it? Are these devices worth getting or worth getting ready to pre-order? So let's get into it. The pricing, man. The iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro or the Pro Max or whatever. Yeah, no, the iPhone 17 Pro Max starts off at $1,200. The 17 Pro starts off at $1,100. And then the new thinnest iPhone ever, the iPhone Air starts off at $1,000. iPhone 17s start off, I think, $800. Let me actually go back and check. Hold up. So yeah, $800 for the 17s. The AirPods Pro, the new AirPods Pros, $250, and then the Apple Watch Series 11 is, what is it? I think it's $400, I believe, for the Apple Watch Series 11. So what y'all think about these prices? To be honest, before we get into this little specs of the phones and stuff like that, I feel like they dropped the ball with the iPhone Air. I'm gonna be honest, because the rumors that I was hearing until the reveal, they were saying that the iPhone Air was gonna be like their budget model. That's the rumors I was seeing. Did anyone else see them rumors? So it's kind of like, it kind of caught me off guard when I seen that was gonna replace the Plus models, the Air model. With it being a very thin phone, the screen's still big, the battery life isn't gonna be like the other phones. But it has the A19 Pro chip, so and then it has what is it? Less cores than the Pro's GPU, and then the iPhone 17 uses just the A19 chip, not the A19 Pro chip. So I feel like they kind of, priced them a little weird. I feel like the iPhone Air would be a killer, man. I feel like the iPhone Air would be a killer budget phone, man. Drop the price down to the iPhone 17's $800, right? Did I say that right? iPhone 17, $800. Yeah, $800 for the iPhone 17. So say the iPhone Air came in at like $500, man. Boom, man. I feel like, especially in a time right now where people, money's kind of hard to come by for some people, and then you already know people, go into debt to get these phones. So I mean, maybe if you drop the even cheaper model, people that would sell out like crazy. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the Air. I'm sorry I'm kind of talking about these phones out of order. I just wanted to mention the Air because I feel like Apple dropped the ball with it. I feel like the Air would have been a good budget phone instead of being the new medium range phone, if that makes sense. And then so a medium range phone. So I'll say this: a medium range phone for $1,000 with only one camera. It's like, I I don't know, for 1,002, I don't know. And then it's really thin. It has the weakest battery life out of the iPhone 17 lineup. It's so I'm not really sure how that's gonna sell. That phone might be a flop. I feel like the Air should have been like a budget model, like how the iPad Air is. You know, the iPad Air. I mean, the iPad Air isn't the cheapest model. You got just the basic iPad, but the iPad Air is the next step up. Why not have the iPhone Air be, you know, the cheap? I don't know. I feel like Apple kind of dropped the ball with that. But talking about the iPhone 17 Pro. Oh, and then to the iPhone Air real quick. All the phones. Well, this goes for every phone, you know. And then finally, Apple's doing this, man. On all models, they finally have 120 hertz refresh rate and Pro Motion with 3,000 nits. About time, you know, about time. Apple's been the only, you know, company that's been selling phones without 120 hertz refresh rate. And the 3,000 nits used to only be the Pro Motion, whatever you want to call it, used to only be on Pro models. So I'll say this: I feel, hey, Apple, you know, I like this. You know, you're finally giving some of the Pro, even though they're not really Pro things, because other phones outside of Apple that are cheaper have these things. But in the Apple ecosystem, in the Apple world, all that stuff is a Pro to have. You know, it's good to see Apple finally, you know, getting all their phones up to date. Because I'm gonna be honest, man, I had the 13 Pro Max. The 13. So for those of y'all who don't know, the 13 Pro Max was the first phone that had 120 hertz. I ended up breaking it last year. Had to get, so I just wanted a phone. I just got an iPhone 15. Boom. That's what I'm recording this on. Boom. But the iPhone 15s, even the iPhone 16s, just the 16s didn't have 120 hertz. So it was a big difference going from 120 hertz from the 13 Pro Max to the iPhone 15 with 60 hertz. You know, it's such a difference, especially once you've actually had 120 hertz like for a while, and then you go to a phone that doesn't have it. Man, I'll be honest, the iPhone 15 felt like a downgrade, but I just needed a phone. I didn't want the most expensive phone. And, you know, so, and then for those of y'all who didn't know, the iPhone 15, so they also changed the body style back. So they went to titanium with the 15s, you know, and the 15s, for those of y'all who remember, were overheating. So I'm not sure if they went back. So they switched, I forgot what they went back to, but they went away from titanium. It seems like titanium is just running too hot. So they went back to the, what is it, forged aluminum? No, I don't think it's aluminum. I forgot what they went back to. They keep switching it, so who knows? But anyways, yeah, so I'm happy to see that phones besides the Pro phones are getting options that phones in Apple's price range should already have. So that's a plus. So yeah, let me get into the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. They're pretty much the same phone. Oh, back to the iPhone Air real quick. So the iPhone Air, so people in the States only have the eSIM option, but I know other countries have the options to order the SIM tray still. The iPhone Air, with it being the thinnest iPhone, is eSIM only. So for those of y'all who don't like eSIM, or for people that are maybe that are maybe in another country that just don't like eSIM, you know, and you were thinking about the Air, that's one thing to consider. The SIM card is not there no more. The SIM card is not going to be on the Air worldwide. So just keep that in mind. Say you're someone that likes flipping SIM cards like that. But yeah, and then back to the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. So all the cameras across the line got a upgrade, obviously. So all the forward facing, what do you want to call it? The screen facing, whatever the camera you want to call it. Not the back camera, but the camera on screen. I don't know, the front camera, I guess. I don't know. They all got upgraded. They all have center stage. And then I'm pretty sure all the cameras. So you know how when you're trying to take a long ways photo, I don't know what it's called, a landscape photo, and you got to turn your phone sideways to do that. Well, now with the new camera and new lens in the front camera, you ain't even got to turn your phone no more. You can hold it normal like you're like you're holding a phone and take it and just, select the landscape option. And then it also has AI in it to where, say someone else comes into the frame automatically adjusts to add them in the frame. I feel like that's pretty cool, especially in this day and age where everyone is like selfie, selfie. So I feel like, people that do that, that's cool. So whatever. And then also people that film, I feel like that's cool too. And something else, I'm not sure if this is on all models. I know it's on the Air. I'm not sure if it's on the 17, but it should be. It's a camera software thing where you can record a video, but also record your reaction. So I thought that was kind of cool. I forgot what they had a name for. Apple and their names, but I forgot the name. But yeah. So say you're trying to record like a basketball game. Boom, you're recording it, and then say you want to record your reaction. Boom, you can record both. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, the iPhone 17 Pro and for the first time they're gonna offer a 2 terabyte option. That's a lot of storage. So for those of y'all filmmakers and stuff, I guess there you go. And I'll say this, man, Apple, I see you. I see you're trying to make this design all like, and I'll say this, I like the design. I'm gonna be honest, I like the back design, but at the end of the day, you copied Google. I'm being honest. Go look at the new Google phones that have been out for what? Has it been over a year yet? That have been out over a year yet. Look at the back of their phones. Apple is a copy paste company, man. But whenever Apple does it, it's like, oh, it's the best idea ever, best idea. But dude, it's been out for years, So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The redesign with the body was needed. The phones were getting very stale, and ever since Google dropped that image of their phones, I've instantly liked it. But like I said, I got a video I'm about to post in the near future. I'm stuck in the Apple ecosystem. I ain't going nowhere. But the Google phones looked really good when they dropped them. I really like the back design, and it's obvious to see that a lot of other people like the design, including Apple. So, Apple obviously stole the design, but it is what it is. When Apple does something, like I said, the people think it's the best idea, even though it's been out for years, or it was another company's idea. But that's just how Apple is. So I'll say this, I really do like the design. The colors for the Pros, man, and I'll continue saying this. The colors for the Pros, yes, they look cool, but bro, the Pro colors need more. Like, there need to be more Pro colors. Why do the 17s, like the base phones, always get more colors? Like, I get it. That's the most affordable model, so you're probably gonna try to load the colors up on that one. But I mean, the Pro, man, come on, man, give the Pros more colors. Like, I do like that orange and that blue, but yeah, then you just have the white after that, and then nothing else. So it's like, I don't know. But obviously, the strongest battery in any iPhone. And then the trick with this phone is this phone you can still get with a SIM card outside of the States. Like I said, if you're in the States only get eSIM. But the thing is with the Pros, say you do have a SIM card, you're losing a little bit of battery life. I forgot how much they said you gain, because they said the ones with eSIM, they were able to extend the battery. So the iPhone 17 Pros with without the SIM card ultimately have the best battery life compared to the iPhone 17 Pros with the SIM card, because like I said, the phones that have eSIM, they were able to make the battery a little bit bigger in the Pro models. And you can still get eSIM in all other iPhones besides the Air, unless you're in the States. The States only get eSIM for whatever reason. But yeah, so that's pretty much the 17 Pro. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, and then like I say, the pricing, Pro Max 1200, Pro 1100, So and then pre-orders start this Friday, the 12th. And you should be able to go into a store and get your phone on the 19th. So yeah, man, it's here. It's Apple season. And then let's go to the iPhone 17 real quick, the most affordable phone at $800. Hey, so honestly, say you're looking to get a base iPhone. So say you're coming from a base iPhone, like say you're coming from a base iPhone 16, 15, whatever. I would honestly recommend upgrading to the 17 because, like I said, the 17, this is the first time they're doing this, giving pro, what is it, pro options to non-pro phones. So, like I said, instantly you're gonna notice the difference in the screen with the 120 hertz refresh, and then you're also instantly gonna notice the difference outside with the brightness being at 3000 nits. And like I said, they also have the same camera too, to where boom, you don't have to do where you don't have to turn your phone sideways. Say someone comes into the frame, it expands, so I'll give Apple this, man. I'll give them props on finally moving the pro options to the base phones. About time. Like I said earlier, about time. But yeah, I would recommend the 17. The 17 watt obviously has better battery life than the previous generation 16. Has different colors, a better camera, all that normal stuff. Like I was saying, let me backtrack real quick. So the Pro phones have the A19 Pro chip with the 6-core GPU, I believe. The iPhone Airs have the A19 Pro chip with the 5-core GPU, I think. And then I'm pretty sure the iPhone 17 just have the A19 chip with the 5-core. Still a powerful chip, but obviously compared to the phones above, not as powerful because it doesn't have to have the it has less GPUs. But I don't know. To be honest, I still see the upgrade being worth it. And 256 is the lowest storage you can get across the board. 2 TB is the highest you can get, at least on the Pro models. You can't get that in the normal phone and the Air. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, and then the AirPod Pros. Yeah, because I'm trying to think the 17. Oh, and then across the board too, all iPhones got stronger screens. So they're stronger screens. They're more scratch and crack resistant. So that's good. And yeah, that's pretty much all with the phones. Like I said, all the phones have pretty much upgrades across the board, especially the lower ends compared to what they used to have. But yeah, say you come from a base phone, I would recommend upgrading to the base model 17 if you can, if you can. What is it? So let me get into the AirPod Pros now. The AirPod Pros 3, 250 price tag, and yeah, man, they're really going in with these AirPod Pros, man. Like, they look good, I'll be honest. And I thought it was really cool how you can translate. So they showed it to where you could literally, say I'm sitting across from someone and I'm talking in English and they're talking in let's say Spanish or, German or whatever you want to call it. I can talk normal, but say we're both wearing the AirPod Pros 3. The AirPod Pros 3 are able to translate all the words. So we could talk normal and our AirPod Pros will, translate the words. I thought that was pretty damn cool. So I like that. They're obviously more water and sweat resistant, better noise canceling and all that, generic AirPod Pro stuff. And then finally, the watch. Oh, excuse me. Starting at 400. Again, not much to really say about the watch, just a stronger and more scratch-resistant screen, along with improved health benefits from what Apple Watch has been doing. That's something I'll give Apple Watch, man. They, it really does track your health pretty good. And they were showing a clip where it saved lives. Like, yeah, man, hey, I'll give Apple that, man. The Apple Watch has to be one of the best ideas ever, in my opinion, especially now with people, especially in the States, having all these heart conditions and shit. So, in my opinion, the Apple Watch was a very good invention. And then for them to add like all the fitness stuff to it, smart idea, and then just improve it and tweak it over time. It's pretty good in my opinion. But, yeah, then after that, that was pretty much it for the review. So let's go over the pricing one last time. iPhone 17 Pro Max, $1,200. iPhone 17 Pro, $1,100. iPhone Air, $1,000. iPhone 17, $800. AirPod Pro 3s, $250. And Apple Watch Series 11 $400. So the pricing, the pricing didn't really increase, at least to my memory. I haven't really been looking at I didn't really look at the price of the 16, but that sounds about right for what I paid for my 13 Pro Max. Probably about probably about 200 more. I think I paid a little over 1,000 at that time for it. But yeah, so I'm curious to see if anyone else liked this reveal. In my opinion, I feel like this is the best reveal. Oh, and then there's no new iMacs, no new iPads, nothing like that. Oh, and then the Apple Watch Series Ultra, I think it's Series 3 or 4 that they're on for the Ultra. The same thing, improved screen, longer battery life, all that, all that good stuff that people like. But yeah, in my opinion, I feel like this is the best Apple reveal that they gave in a minute. And I feel like the upgrades across the board were really well deserved, especially the 60 hertz or the 60 hertz refresh rate on the base phones. When phones that are an Apple that are cheaper have 60 hertz, have 120 hertz. So it's good to see that Apple finally went that route of dropping 120 hertz in all their phones. Only took them about 10 years, but like I said, it's Apple, man. They can be late to the party and people are like, wow, man, wow. Because like I say, a lot of people in the Apple ecosystem don't even know that other phones exist. So, say they drop something, say when Apple drops something, that's why people in the ecosystem are like, wow, this is amazing. What? Not even knowing that cheaper phones have had this option. But anyways, like I said, I'll give Apple props for that. And I'll give them props for the price not going up like crazy. Because, kind of getting into politics a little bit. People saying, oh, tariffs are gonna raise the price. The price ain't raised that much. Like I said, for my 13 Pro Max, I paid over a G. And that was back in 2020, 2021, whenever that phone dropped. So, and then for the Pros and yes, I get it. That's the base, starting base. So yeah, they probably went up, but depending on what the previous years were, I don't think it was that crazy of a price increase. That's just me. But this vid's getting really long. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about the reveal. Like I said at the start of the video, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out any recent vids that pop up here on screen. I'd appreciate it. And like and subscribe again. Peace.